Okay. Okay, so this is three unknowns, and we don't have all the variables in each of the equations. Okay, so we're going to have a variable that's missing in each of the equations. So, for example, in this first one, the z is missing, and the second one, oh, actually, let me do this another way. This I did this with the other class, and I kind of liked how it worked. So 2x plus 0z plus 3y, and then x minus 2z plus 0y equals -3, and then 0x minus z plus 2y equals -6. Okay, and then these are named A, B, and C. Okay, so the first step is that we're going to add two of the equations so that one variable is eliminated. So we're trying to eliminate the x, the z, or the y, but we have to add two of them together. So we're going to just go ahead and do the first equation with and the second equation. We'll do those together. And we're going to eliminate the x variable by multiplying the second equation by a -2. So that will give us 2x plus equals -4. And then this with a -2 times each of the terms is going to give us -2x. Plus 4z equals a +6. Okay, add those together. And we have 3y plus 4z equals 2. Okay, so we're going to call this equation equation D. All right, now we're going to have to look at the has y and z as its variables. So now we're going to take equations D and equations C, and we're going to eliminate z by using, since this only has z and y, we're going to use this one that has z and y and eliminate one of the variables in that equation. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to have to multiply this by a 4 in order to eliminate it. So that's going to be -4z plus 8y equals a -24. 8, 9, 10, 11. And a -22. So here y is equal to a -2. Okay, once we have that -2, we can start putting it back into the equations to find the z and the x. So like we could put it into equation B. No, not equation B. We could put it into equation A. So 2x plus 3 times -2 equals -4. So x is equal to 1. And then we can put it into equation C. So z plus 2 times -2 equals -6. Oops. So z is going to equal a -2.
Houston, we have a problem.
Wait a minute. Not negative. I did something wrong. Hold on. Oh, this should have been negative here. All right. So I have something. I have my signs wrong somewhere. This is going to be, z is going to be a positive, a positive 2. So I have my signs wrong somewhere in that. Okay. Does that make sense? So you're going to use two of the equations to eliminate one of the variables, and then use the third equation with that last equation in order to eliminate the another variable so that you can solve all the problems. All right, so let's do 106.2. 3y minus 2z equals -12. And this is not the set that I was thinking of where I needed to do the zeros, so I'm not going to do it this time. I think I was thinking of that other system of equations. All right, so we're going to eliminate we'll eliminate z from the first two equations. Is that what they do? No, they're eliminating y. Okay, so they're going to use a and z, a and c to eliminate y. So they're going to have to multiply by 2 and 3 in order to get 6. So 2 times these and 3 times these. Okay, after they do that, then they'll have that z equals they'll have 3x minus 4z equals -6. So since they have this, they're going to look for the equation that has just the x and the z in it, which is equation B. And they're going to use that there to eliminate the x's. Then they'll end up with z equals +3, and then they'll plug that back in to the other equations. So go ahead and do the practice problem. I'm going to do the practice problem too so Harrison can see it. And if you have any questions while you're doing it, just let me know. Is it just me or is this one easier than the other two? Maybe. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. No. You mean the first one? 3x plus 2y equals 6? 2x minus d. Oh, that should be. Oh, I see. You said down here. That's why it's. Okay. That's why I did wrong. Okay. Thank you. I wrote it down wrong on the bottom. Sorry. Thanks. So it's negative 3y plus z equals 10. So is this what you got? So negative 3y plus 2x. Yes, that's right. Okay. Negative 10. So just a 1. Negative 1. All right. All right. So the y and z is going to be this one. No. I mean y and x. So it is supposed to be fractions. So 16, 13. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. All right. And 108. This is the difference of the sum and difference of two cubes. So let me keep. Okay. So okay. This is what you need to know. So you know how difference of squares, if you have 4x squared minus 16, it's going to factor to 2x minus 4, 2x plus 4 every time. Okay, so cubes is a similar type of thing. You just have to know what the form is, and you can just put it into that form based on recognizing that it's a cube. Okay, so for example, x cubed, y cubed minus p cubed, these are all cubes. So we are going to recognize that this is the x term, and this is the a term, and we're just going to write it exactly like that in the form. So this is a difference because it has a negative. So we're going to write it as x, whatever the cube root is. So xy. So that's this part. XY, and then the a is this. So this is the x, and this is the a. So xy minus the p, and then this is x squared. So it's going to be whatever this is, the cube root of this is squared. So x squared y squared plus a times x. So that's going to be p times xy, so pxy, which can be in any order. And then the last thing is the a term squared. So that's going to be, in this instance, p, so p squared. Okay, so if it was a sum, it would be in this form instead, which the sign, you see how the signs are different. So it would be a plus here and a minus here. So I'm going to pull this down and look at 108.2. So you definitely want to write the cubes, the forms for difference of cube and sum of cubes down so that you have that. So this one's 8m3y6 plus x to the third power. So the cube here is 2, the cube here is m, and the cube here is y to the second. Okay. And then the cube here is x. So this is our x, and this is our a. So, and this is a sum of cubes. So we're going to do 2my squared plus x is our first term right here, or our first factor right here. And then x squared. So this 2 squared is 4, m squared is m squared, and y squared is y to the 4th power. Oops, no parentheses, sorry. Now we're going to have a minus sign, and then we're just multiplying this times this, right? So this is just going to be 2my squared x. And then the last term is the a term squared. So that's going to be x squared. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. So let's do 108.3, and then I'll let you do the practice problem. So what's the cubed root of a to the 12th power? What times what would equal a to the 12th? Yeah, a to the 12th. Yeah, yeah. So that would not, because that would be 18, right? So it'd be a to the 4th, right? Because you add those together. So that's how you're finding the cube root, is you're saying, what's the cube root of that exponent? So does that make sense? Yeah. So, but since it's the exponent, you have to add them, right? So this is going to be a to the 4th is going to be the cubed root of that. So this is the x, and then the cube root of b to the 12th is going to be b to the 4th, right? And that's the a. Okay, so then we're going to put it in that form. This is also a sum. Oops. This is also a sum of cubes. So it's this x plus a times x squared minus ax plus a squared. So in the parentheses here, it's going to be just a to the 4th plus b to the 4th. And in the second set of parentheses, the first term is x squared. So it's going to be this squared, right? So this is the same as a to the 4th raised to the power of 2. So in this case, you are going to multiply the exponents, right? So this is going to be a to the 8th. And then minus the a term, which is b to the 4th, times the x term, which is a to the 4th. And then plus the x term squared. No, I wrote, no, the a term squared, excuse me. So that's going to be b to the 8th. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, go ahead and try the practice problem, and I'll put it up on the board. Oops, I made a mistake. A square x squared. So that's 6. 3 times 2 is 6, not 9. All right. How'd you do? Good. All right. So homework are those two. It's just those two lessons, okay? And then which ones did I say I was going to do on Friday? Or did I tell you? 109 and what? Yes, that is right. Okay. Perfect. I'm writing that down and sticking it in my math book so that I cannot lose it. All right. And then we'll be done. Okay, perfect. Well, I hope moving goes well today. All right. I'll see you later. All right. Bye.